out there. Why am I not centered? Oh, someone commented on something. What is this? Nope, not that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's what I'm terrible at like writing headlines. So boring. Oh well, life goes on. Alright, cool. So, how is everyone doing tonight? Welcome to the MailleWerX live stream. My name is Sean. I run MailleWerX.com, where you can find all your chainmail themed apparel and accessory needs. And tonight we're gonna work on the bracelets we were working on the other night. Got Frank here to be my eyes, so you can see what I'm doing. All right. Hey cat, how you doing? In case you weren't aware, Frank is called Frank because it's short for Frankenstein camera. Frank had a clip on him. Let's see here. See if I can. This is Frank. He had a clip here that I tore out and put him on this tripod. In case you weren't aware. All right, do we have lights? Can we bring this closer? Interesting. I need... Why are these headphones down there? That's weird. Okay. I need to clean my desk. And get... I don't need a better microphone. I need better lighting. Let's see here. Trying to finish getting packed up for your event tomorrow. You have several dog toys named Frank. Nice. So for starters, I picked all these up at the same time. Ta-da! I just did that. Just now. I have all of these wonderful little stainless buckle clasps that are just perfect for bracelets. They're just like the paracord. I'm sure you've seen a paracord bracelet somewhere on someone. And usually they're done in plastic, right? But these are all stainless. And after having worn my bracelet for several days now, I mean, I take it off at night and everything, I'm quite happy with these. So soon they will be up on the MailleWerX website. Actually, one of the big reasons they're not up there is because I wanted to make a new website dedicated just to my chainmail stuff, to keep chainmail and apparel. But we'll see. I don't know if I want to do another website or not. Ladder Byzantine is neat for those, and 16 gauge for the buckle clasps. Yeah. I haven't done ladder gauge. I'm just making literally bracelets with 2 strips of Byzantine through them, graduating the Byzantine up and down to go through these spacer beads. Right, I don't know if you can get a good, that's a nice little fleur-de-lis there. You made quite a few in the past. Hey Rick, how you doing? John? All right. So, actually, I gotta do something real quick. Need some air movement back here. You have a few double Byzantine strips with beaded middle beads with these buckle clasps on them. They're nice. They're perfect for a bracelet. I don't, you know, like, I can imagine you could figure out any weave your heart desires. There's two other styles of clasps that I'm going to be adding either to my current store or the new website. And they will be really good for half Persian weaves, I know that much. Got to figure out like proper ring sizes, which will mean that I'm going to have to order some square wire rings. I guess they don't have to be square wire. I guess it could be whatever, round or square. So I'm just adding some rings onto the end of these clasps to prepare them so that it's easier. Okay. When I get ready to attach this bracelet to a clasp, right? It's easier to have the rings already on the clasp than it is to try and weave the ring through the bracelet and the clasp at the same time, right? So I am just prepping these 3 that I have left. And I did some work earlier today while I was in between updating the back end of my website, and Facebook has this really weird way it goes about collecting data on your products for your store. And so I'm trying to get all of that figured out, and I'm sure if I had someone who knew what they were doing, they could get it done in like 15 minutes, but it's one of those things that's going to take me probably 15 hours to get right. But I did make pretty good headway today. I'm glad I at least got it started. Right now I've got 14 of these clasps with another 24 on the way, something like that. You know the feeling of working on the back end of a website all too well? Yeah, it's not fun. Especially because I'm not programming the website, right? Like, I use a platform for it, and it's figuring out what the platform needs, what information to put where, right? So that it can talk to Facebook correctly and talk to Google correctly, right? So, and then once that's done, I will figure out whether or not I want to do another store or not. I'm thinking I do. I might even just use the same logo. One of the things... Oh, do I have... I don't have an example yet. One of the things I'm working on so that I can have a maker's mark on all of these bracelets that I'm working on is, it's a little, I don't know how wide it is, it's like a 1/2 inch. It's like 15 millimeters wide by 12 millimeters, and it's just an all stainless bead that I'm gonna have my logo engraved on. So that way I can have my logo on all of these bracelets. Just a nice way to mark my piece. Hopefully I'll get that going here pretty quick. I did have to order some more rings today. I sat down and tried to figure out the exact ring sizes I would need for all of these. All the little different Byzantine graduations. To go in between each bead. And I think I got it. If I didn't get it, I just spent a bunch of money. I guess we'll get to figure that out once the rings get here. I'm gonna need a couple more rings. Well, how is everyone today? What was your day like? Cat's getting set up for an event. Cat, where is your event? If you are still watching. I was very, very close to Salida, Colorado, near Metalisa, and I think I was about an hour away. And I think last weekend she had a display at one of the little tourist towns that I had visited. I saw where she was, and I was like, "Oh, I was just there." That was in September when I was on my motorcycle trip. I really, you know, I was so close. I just barely missed her. Mount Airy, North Carolina. You just finished up your chessboard tonight? I saw you streaming. At the time you stream, I'm like finishing up dinner, getting the kid ready for bed and all that stuff. And so I can never, lately, I haven't been able to sit down and watch. I haven't been able to sit down and stream and listen to anyone stream lately, to be quite honest. One day. Congratulations on finishing up your chessboard. That's a decent sized project, you know. There we are. Right, and 6, and all of those are prepped and ready to go. So, as I said, I did get some work done earlier. I don't know how well you can see that. It's this really nice skull spacer bead here. And I was just working on the sizing, getting the graduations sized correctly. And I think I got it. But it's nice because, you know, the 2 strands of Byzantine just slide right through there. And then it's held nicely in place. And then, for fun, I didn't mark down what ring size this was. And I am currently using it here on this spacer bead, and I don't know what ring size it is, but it's perfect for them. So, you know, I should really write stuff down quickly. All right. What do we want to work on? We've got previously attempted coifs that we can turn into little dice bags. I think I have a ring for this right here. That might fit. Might not need to go that big though. Just ordered 25,000 rings for your next inlay. Holy crap. What is your inlay of? All right, 1, 2. There you go. 6. Is that right? Trying to do math in my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And we'll cut it here. So I ordered these rings a long time ago from the Ring Lord, and it was way back when the edges of their rings were, of their square wire rings, were quite rounded. And then I ordered another batch to get this project going. And the rings were completely different. There was no way I was going to be able to use them together, you know what I mean? So that was about the time I started hesitating buying anything from the Ring Lord. I had a few fiascos like that. It's part of the larger Chiefs wall hanging that will go in the Mahomes inlay. Plan 8 large parts will come together at the end. Nice. Hey Peg, how you doing? Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, we are already running into problems here. Okay. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. What should be 6? Right. Peg, I want a duck from you. Don't want to say exactly. Oh shit. Alright, screw that. Doing good tonight. Getting ready to put more HP 3-in-1 and sheet rows in this new choker. Nice. I want one of Peg's ducks. Alright, so basically what we're gonna do, right, is at the point where they meet up, we're gonna make another 45-degree here on both of these pieces and then sew that 45-degree up. You can do a duck for me? Awesome. I would love one. Oh man, there's something I was gonna tell you guys. I remember this happening when I streamed before, right? Something would happen during the day and I would make a mental note in my head. Like, okay, be sure to mention that on the stream tonight because it's entertaining and it's something you can tell people about. Right? Instead of sitting here at a loss for words, struggling to talk and stream at the same time. And my mind's drawn a complete blank as to what it was that I was going to tell you. Loads of fun. Loads of fun, the way the mind works. Gotta get one of their ducks for the grandkids that you hide ducks on. Alright. Alright, that doesn't matter. We're gonna cut all that out anyway. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. I am in need of a duck. What? I did spend a lot of time working on the website. I'm glad I got that done. But that was after I had gone and seen patients and everything, and I have not had a chance to sit down and do all my charting. So it's gonna end up having to get done tomorrow, which is fine, right? Work doesn't mind, but I've got a lot more work tomorrow than I did today. So it's just gonna be a busy day tomorrow. These all line up. Okay. It was just this one that was worked on. The ducks are fun, so the more you get to build, the merrier you become. I'll bet. I'll bet. I didn't open that far enough. Chainmail sculpture, outside of like a jelly cube, is not really something I've ever been able to wrap my head around. I remember someone on the Ringlord forum years and years ago made giant pyramids out of like captive inverted round, and it was all like anodized aluminum, and they were just these big triangles, all crazy colors. And then there was it Chainmail basket, I think that was his username. Made it baskets, and then the same weave you would use to make a jello cube, he made a castle out of, which was pretty cool. But I have attempted it. I don't know if I've just never had the right ring size. Or known which weave to use. But it's definitely something that I haven't been able to get my head around. And I'm just always impressed by the people who can do it. This one, I'm glad I did this one first, because the other coif I started is not in 4-in-1. It's in Trinity, and that's going to get much more difficult, I think, as if I remember working with Trinity at all. Okay. So now what I need to do is to make these into a rough diamond shape, I think. Right? And I'm gonna do that. Right here. Nope, don't do that. I did run into a guy. So before I had taken off to Colorado on my motorcycle, I had started chatting with a guy at the gas station. He was on his bike, and he was talking about how he had driven around the southeast on some kind of circuit where he would follow whatever the circuit was around and bartend for them. And he gave me some really good advice about those long rides. And so I actually ran into him tonight. Alright, what have I done here? That's the ring. That's the ring. Okay. So, I got an opportunity to thank him. So that was nice. Alright, come on. Alright. There is our diamond. Okay, now we just need to cut the corners off of all the rest of these. And now here's a conundrum, right? What do I do with all these extra rings? Just have to make them into some kind of patch. Like... Huh. That's an interesting question. What should we do with all those rings? Because what we can do, one new like. Thank you, Peg Stuber. This is essentially about, it's just going to be like a round dice bag, the way it is right now. Yeah, okay. We're just going to keep going the way it is. And if I have to just toss these extra rings because I can't use them in anything else, that's just going to have to be the way it is. It's not going to break my heart, but... I'm sure I can make just like a random 4-in-1 patch or something. put it in a bin at a booth. It says take one for free or something. I don't know. Don't know. Expand the outside edge. Yeah, I mean, my question is, how do I get there from here though, right? Because it's all, if I cut off the sides of everything, they're all going to come up to a triangle, and then it's going to fold around in on itself, and like, I should have a few rows where there aren't any contractions in it, but that would mean taking apart the whole thing. Dag the top edge to run a string through. There we go. Well, that's almost what it's at right now. All right, we'll figure it out. Let's get this to a workable state. And by that I mean where everything is the same. And then we can go on from there. Did I even pull the right ring out of that one? No. Missed a row. That's okay. How much how much of the Raiders inlay did we... Why did I move this pile of rings over here? This is frustrating me. The Raiders inlay got a bunch of it taken apart and then redone. We can spend a little time making a dice bag look good. All right. Do we have music going? Can you guys hear music? I don't think I started it up. I apologize. There we go. All right. There's the beat. Man, it's like half an hour of me droning on. You guys didn't have any music. Thank you for your patience. Shows outstanding character and moral development, and I appreciate you. All right. There we go. Oh, you're hearing it now? Okay. Don't judge me on the choice of music. It's on the Surprise Me channel. So I don't control exactly what's playing. But this is good enough for now. Little, you know, just a little background music. I'm wondering. I think I need a 16 gauge 5/16 square wire ring as the queen ring here in the center. I think I have one laying around somewhere. Oh, that's one. That is saw cut. All right. I always well, in the future, clearly I made this without a queen ring. In the future, I would recommend always starting with a queen ring because it's really hard to get one in. Oh my gosh. Have I even ever made chainmail before? What is going on here? What have I done? All right. Linda Dallas has liked the stream. Thank you, Linda. All right. Okay. I did have quite the exciting afternoon with my son. He's way too addicted to like screen time and video games, and whenever he doesn't get his way, he just has these epic meltdowns where it's, you know, it's the end of the world. And it's not fun. And I get it, you know, life's tough when you're 7. It is. All these mean adults telling you what to do all the time. But it started in the morning. He woke up at 5, and I don't think I went downstairs until about 7 o'clock. And he was sitting there playing video games on his Oculus, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What is this? It's like, does anyone have an Oculus? They're cool. They're a Facebook product. So, you know, one more thing to spy on you in your home. But they were, I tried that thing on and it was extraordinarily cool. That's part of Facebook's push for the whole metaverse universe that they're building, where we never talk to each other again. We all just have these headsets on and buy all our groceries and everything we need from the metaverse. It's an interesting concept, and that Oculus is a interesting step towards that. But he was playing that at 5 o'clock in the morning. So of course he didn't get as much sleep as he should have, and he was super cranky. And he didn't want to do his homework when he got home. And he's got to prepare for a spelling test tomorrow. And every day after he comes home from school, he gets to write down his words just to practice what he's learning. And he just could not do it. Couldn't do it. It was just melting down for like a good 20 minutes. Yeah. So we got that handled, and we got some food in him. I think that was the issue, is that he was hungry and he didn't know how to express that, despite the fact that he didn't want to write down his words. I think there were other physiological things going on, you know? It's like, why are you cranky? Do you need sleep? Do you need something to eat? Do you need to poop? Tell me, what is going on? And all you get is this screaming 7-year-old saying, I don't know! Wally future. Yeah, exactly. Sounds like an episode of Sliders you had seen. I have never seen Sliders. Wow, we were cruising along. Yeah. Alright, if nothing else, I will have made a star this evening. It's going to have to be adjusted. But that's okay. I'm just probably going to find some pretty rocks to put in it and put it up on... I have this ledge here in the basement. I have an English basement. And so on that wall over there, there's 4 windows, and there's a 6 or 8 inch ledge where I put all my chainmail stuff on, and it works out really nicely as a display for a bunch of my stuff. Hi BD, you have emailed me a couple of times, and I did try to get back to you. I missed you too. I am currently working on taking a scrap piece of chainmail that I had laying around. I was going to make a coif out of it, but it's now going to be a dice bag. So, BD, if you would email me again, I would greatly appreciate it, so that we can get back in contact, and I apologize for being away for so long. Alright, where are we at here? Last corner, and then we can start trying to figure out where and how we're going to stop the contractions and then start them up again. Just so we can make it a bit more of a functional dice bag and use up as many of these rings as possible. Fish tank marbles and those LED crystal light up stands. For the dice bag, you mean? There we go. Alright. So what I was going to do was basically just wrap it around itself. Kind of like so. All these seams would come back together. You'd have this really angular profile to it. I can't twist my arms around that way. Right at each corner. But I would like to use up all these rings. To display the bag on when complete as the mail allows the light through. Yeah. That'd be cool. How long do those fish tank lights or those LED crystal light up stands last? Are they battery powered? Yeah. Yes, square off the points, you know, like what, up 3 rows, and then see where we go from there. Alright. I think I just took off too much. Right? If we do that and then go up, let's up 2, let's do 3. Come on. Oh, USB, you can... use plug-in and 3 A batteries? Okay. This will eventually... we should have enough rings for this. If I'm just eyeballing this... man. Could have avoided all of this. That's okay. I could subdivide it into more points. You mean like once we get to the top? For more dags? I suppose I could do that. If I'm understanding you correctly. I think I'm putting up what you're putting down. Or picking up what you're putting down. We may get a row or two of this off, but when we go to sew everything back together, it'll be fabulous. Oh, what have I done? Not the right thing, that's for sure. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that should be correct now. Should be. I make no promises. This is more along the lines of a good size dice bag. I'd be almost willing to bet that the pieces we took off will probably easily transition into the tops of that. All right. Hey Barb, how you doing? What time is it? Oh, it's 9:54. Only got a few more minutes. Okay. I think we are all doing pretty okay here. Getting some work done. Hey Bobby, how you doing? Oh, people just everybody's just showing up. Right on. Alright, well we can figure that out in a look. Once we go around and make everything somewhat symmetrical again, we can figure out how to get these sides together. Flipping, weaving, welding away, listen to me on a, you're listening to me on a 55-inch TV? That's awesome. I feel famous. Facebook famous, y'all. Ooh, my leg is numb. Send email. Catch me later. All right. Sounds good, BD. Thank you. All right. All right. So I've got, I did go out and get my pumpkins for the pumpkin carving contest. I'm going to try and work on them this weekend. And I'm going to try and make them as good as I can. And I'm going to post them early so that people get inspired. We have a bunch of new people in the pumpkin carving group. And I know it's one of those things that people really get into. They really love Halloween. So hopefully we can inspire some people with some really cool chainmail themed pumpkin carvings this year. Getting your pumpkins this weekend. I had to order a carving kit though. It's been a good 15 to 18 years since you've done one. Nice. I am going to take, I have a flat round pumpkin. It's kind of, okay, it's kind of like a donut, right? And then I have a larger, taller pumpkin. And my goal is to carve Byzantine all the way around the edge of this donut-shaped pumpkin. All the way around. Right? And then on the larger pumpkin, I'm going to do E4 and 1 all the way around top to bottom. That's my goal. Just get everything nice, crisp, and clean, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright. See, now that one only has 4. I wonder why. Okay, so those are gonna slide into there. Alright. Alright, we'll figure that out later. This one has 5 fingers across top, this one has 4. I don't know what that's about. Can't stop the signal, Mal. Lenore, is your basement PC setup? Almost 27 TV monitors? You're cheating and using the pumpkin that grew in your compost for carving this year? Nice. Hoping you can remember how to carve. Mine ended up with a crazy mess. I found that last year I drew my design onto... I drew the MailleWerX logo onto the pumpkin before I started any carving. And that helped tremendously, because you know, these are not really simple designs. Lenore is a computer guy from Firefly movie that beams out the news of the Reavers. Yeah, I didn't remember his name, but I knew who you were referencing when you said this signal. When you said you can't stop the signal. It's a very quotable series. The Firefly movie. Serenity? Alright. Oh my gosh. You're a big fan of the chain of command? Chain that you go get and beat someone with? Is that, if I remember correctly? The man they call Jane. I did enjoy that show. I got introduced to that show by a fellow chain mailer. I don't know if he still makes chain mail, but God, that was years ago. That was in Dallas. Had a good time. Until you say I am in charge. That's right. Alright. Finish up this other side. It's been a long time since I sat down and watched that, any of it. The movie, the show. Oh, what I want to get is, I have a spot in the wall for a TV down here. Now let's see here. and the TV that I brought up from Texas is dying, and so I have to go get that one first. Then I'll get a TV for the basement down here and connect it to the sound system. Renee bought a receiver. We have I think it's 11 wall-mounted speakers down here. So I would like to put in a TV down here and listen to music on all the wall-mounted speakers. Or watch a TV show on all the wall-mounted speakers. That's what I did wrong. I feel like I'm sorry about it. 42 inches are 150, around 200 these days. Yeah, and that's about the size of it. It's just got to be a priority, and it hasn't been because I'm not down here enough lately, especially over the summer. Uh-oh, that's not gonna work. Alright, we'll make it all even later. I've got one dag with 5 rings on top, one dag with 4 on top, and it's looking like this one's gonna have 6 rings on top. Done something horribly wrong. Oh wait, no. There. Okay, just 5. Like these two are 5 and this one has 4 rings on top. And I don't know what I did, but I screwed something up somewhere, so I'll have to figure that out later. Here, 4K HD 55 inches, a moving sale of some gamers moving out of state. Nice. That's the way to do it. Alright. So as you can see, we have plenty of rings left over right now to finish this up. And we'll probably still have a few more rings left over after that. But what we'll get to is we'll get to a point where these edges are sewn up and go from there. We might make it a little taller, just to use up all these additional rings. But that's where we're at for tonight. All right. There we go. How big is my face on your 55-inch TV? That's funny. You've got a giant head. What's the... I'm trying to think of someone with a giant head. First person I thought of was Larry Bird. That's not who I'm thinking of. It's about 10 inches. Okay. All right, Rick, you have a good night too. Okay. Thank you everyone for coming to hang out. We will get some more done later, and hopefully we'll be streaming a more regular, at a more regular streaming schedule. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Be sure to check out MailleWerX.com for all your chainmail themed apparel and accessory needs. Roger and American Dads. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, and I will check you guys out later. All right. Be sure to tell your friends, tell your family how wonderful chainmail has made your life. We want chainmail disciples. That's what we need. We need more of this in the world. And I will talk to you guys later. You guys have